Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Bea Diaz-Fabros.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Zihir Basho. In tonight's Game Plan. Conference set to open on July 9. The Premier Volleyball League is definitely back. And we'll talk about the 2022 Invitational Conference that will begin on July 9.
We'll also go behind the scenes with Team Awesome, the Cignal HD Spikers, as they prepare for the upcoming PVL conference. And Ella Fajardo joins us to talk about her sister Ava playing in the Gilas under-16 team and her must-watch players from the squad. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. The Premier Volleyball League 2022 Invitational Conference is set to beat again in just 11 days, featuring defending champions Creamline, Petrogas, Cignal, Chocomucho, Cherry, Army Black Mamba, and PLDT. The heart of volleyball is set to pump some more adrenaline by adding two foreign guest teams in Chinese Taipei's Taipei King Wales and Japan's Kobe Shinhwa Women's University. When asked how these two squads will add spice to this conference, SVMI President Ricky Palou has this to say.
We're not yet at that level, but hopefully these two foreign teams will also give us competition that will make our teams really work harder and perform better. And eventually we're hoping we'll get to that level, but it's going to take some time.
Tonight, to help us discuss how this conference will be the game-changing one for the PVL, lalayo pa ba tayo? We have my partner, of course, for tonight, cargo mover and volleyball analyst Z Hervasio. Now, Z, you know, this is a very big and exciting addition for the PVL. Two foreign teams in the Invitational Conference. As an athlete, how big and exciting is this that we have this kind of exposure in the PVL alone?
Earlier, you asked me, has this been done before? And I tried to remember, it was not PVL yet, it was SVL. So that was during my college days pa. So it's pretty exciting that we have foreign guests to come and compete here. Syempre, it's also gonna shake things up kasi usually we just see familiar faces and we've played last year and this year. So it's definitely gonna be something new. It's gonna be exciting for all teams.
Definitely something new, something exciting. I want to talk a little bit more about that. But let's first talk about the elephant in the room. Alam mo, nung binabasa ko yung mga teams, hindi ko nakita yung F2 cargo movers doon. And, you know, as I looked at the official statement in the Instagram page, you know, it's bittersweet because, of course, we will all miss you. Pero sabi nga nila, no, we will have a comeback for a strong, we will have a step back for a stronger comeback.
Siyempre, yes, when we wanna play in front of the fans, in front of you guys, siyempre gusto namin ibigay at ipakita yung best namin. And that has been the tune of F2 ever since naman eh. It's excellence. And coming from the last conference, it was a little bit disappointing also from our end and of course for the fans. And siyempre, we wanna give nothing less but the best. Yeah.
Well, we all know that the F2 cargo movers, as always, has always played in an elite level. So we're definitely looking back to your return in the next conference. But as I was mentioning a while ago, let's delve deeper a little bit about these two foreign teams. So we have the Chinese Taipei's King Wales and Japan's Kobe Shinhwa Women's University. Now, on a player's point of view, I know you've played against a foreign team in a competition back in your college days. But how do you prepare going up against international teams like this in the setup of the PVL? Because I know that the setup is completely different in this particular conference.
Yes, that's exciting to note actually, Bea. Kasi here, it's definitely gonna be a different format as we see na parang wala na siyang series. Number one, napansin ko na wala na siyang series when it comes to the semis, to the finals, to the battle for third rather. Also, it's interesting when the two foreign teams are gonna come in the Philippines. Bale, we have 7 local teams, as we can see here, 7 local teams, and then only 4 will advance to the next round, which is the semi-final round already. And doon palang dadating yung foreign teams. And this semi-final round, it's a single round robin. So parang you have to play your best
Sobrang
already.
bilis.
Oo, parang pagalingan mag-adjust, especially towards the foreign teams. And then right after that, we have the finals. The top two will play for the championship and the bottom two will play for the second runner-up. So, hindi na siya series, so mabilis talaga ang takbo ng conference ito for PBL.
Exactly. So just to reiterate your point, the two foreign teams will only come in the semi-finals. So a very different kind of format, but exciting as well. But in terms of the competition, how exactly does it change in terms of going up against international level, international tiered teams that will be playing in the PBL?
It's something to note na the Japanese team is actually a university team and the Taiwanese team is a professional team, a commercial club team. So we'll also see how we rank on a professional level among our Southeast and Asian neighbors, syempre. But definitely, it's exciting kasi we don't know yet like anong caliber ba are they gonna send here. So it's really pagalingan mag-adjust, pagalingan to stay fit all throughout the conference.
So that element of surprise definitely is something that all the fans will be looking out for. But you know, I know there are a lot of teams, this coming 7 teams in particular for the local teams in this PBL conference. Who do you think is the team to beat here for this coming Invitational Conference?
Well, syempre, the fans are looking forward for a title defense for Creamline. Especially earlier nga, we didn't see them in the photos for the press conference kasi they're still in Baguio doing their training. So we see their commitment to defending the crown and definitely maybe siguro one of the foreign teams will try to beat them out of the out of their throne.
So definitely exciting times for the PBL. So mark the date, guys. July 9, 11 days to go till the PBL Invitational Conference. And
after the break, we'll talk more PVL as we go behind the scenes with Team Awesome, the Cignal HD Spikers, as they prepare for the 2022 Invitational Conference. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game. Welcome back to The Game. The return of the heart of volleyball is just around the corner. And with that, we'll go behind the scenes again. This time, nakikulitan ang PVL insider nating si Franny Reyes with the Cignal HD Spikers in this edition of BTS.
I'm Franny Reyes and welcome to BTS, where we go behind the scenes with your favorite teams. Ngayong araw na ito, samahan ninyo akong makikulit sa Cignal HD Spikers. Tara! Kasama ko na yun ang bagong analyst sa UAAP, si Miss Ayel Estraniero. Ayel, I wanted to ask, what changes will the Cignal HD Spikers bring to this conference para you will finish higher than bronze, even the championship, no?
Changes, siguro not a lot, pero more like really building the foundations ng mga basics namin, and then we're trying to move faster. A few changes sa play, sa movements namin, but syempre, like focus pa rin dun sa basics namin, and syempre, overall teamwork pa din talaga.
Spoken like a true analyst. Kasama ko na yun ang team captain, si Miss Rachel Andakis. Now, how did the Cignal HD Spikers prepare for this conference knowing na there are foreign teams playing?
Siguro coming from yung good experience namin last conference, pinagpatuloy namin kung ano yung magandang program ni Coach Shaq, and maaga din kami nag-start actually ng training namin. And saludo din talaga kami sa coaching staff namin kasi ang ganda ng program nila.
Alright, and what other changes siguro can we expect from you guys this season para from bronze championship na?
Siguro yung positive change na mas eager, mas stronger, and mas intact si Cignal.
Yan, eager, stronger, and mas intact. So, lots to look out for the Cignal HD Spikers. Hi, Ria. So, I wanted to ask you, are you excited na there will be foreign teams playing this conference?
Siyempre, lahat naman kami excited kasi siyempre bagong team and foreign team. So, mas marami kami matututunan na mas mababao namin para sa open conference.
And how did you guys, how did the Cignal HD Spikers prepare naman for these foreign teams?
Well, katulad din ng ibang team, araw-araw yung training, as in literal na nakakapagod na training yung ginagawa namin.
Okay, last question. Last conference, bronze finished. This conference, syempre you guys are aiming for the championship. Ano naman ang ginawa niyong changes, adjustments para makamit niyo yung championship na yun?
Well, adjustments, laging may adjustments kahit anong ano. Kaya talagang tinatrain lang namin kung ano talaga yung training namin dati, pero mas hinihigitan pa namin yung ginagawa namin.
So guys, ako yung magti-take over for today's video. I'm Clarissa Abriam, so go. So, Ses Molina. Hindi, kailangan natin mag-ano. So, ano yung mindset mo for today's training?
Groge pa ako, maya na tayo mag-usap.
So, ayun guys, high blood pa sila kasi masyadong maaga. Talk to me. Ay, may kausap. So, anong mindset mo for today's training?
Ano ba? Masyadong
Tingin ka sa camera, ayan. Tapos batiin mo na din yung mga gusto mong batiin.
Naging ano ka na. Mindset for today's training. Make sure Coach Shaq doesn't get mad at us.
That's fancy. So, ito naman, si... So, mindset for today's training.
Training allowance.
Ay, sorry.
Do you have a message for your supporters and the fans of the Cignal HD Spikers?
I just want to say thank you for all our supporters and sana continue nyo pa rin yung pag-support sa amin this coming conference and yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. I'm Franny Reyes, your BTS insider here on The Game.
That was Franny Reyes and the Cignal HD Spikers on BTS. Yan, nakakatawa talaga yung Cignal HD team. But you know, I think there's a common theme and Rachel Andakis has encapsulated it perfectly. She said that they were eager, stronger, and more intact coming into this invitational conference.
That's right. If we note kasi, Bea, the last conference, parang nag-rebuild sila. So, it was a good show out for them that they ended third place. But actually, also good to know that they almost made it to the championship round. So, I'm pretty sure that they're here to get that spot this
Oo
time.
nga, more motivated talaga.
Yes.
Kitang-kita natin kanina, no? So, thank you so much, Z. And after the break, we shift to basketball as Ella Fajardo joins us to talk about her sister Ava playing in the Gilas Under-16 team and her must-watch players from the squad. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
Welcome back to The Game. Our very own Gilas Under-16 women are now proceeding to the semifinals of the FIBA Women's Asian Championship. As the team prepares for their big game on Thursday, Ella Fajardo joins us tonight to talk about some must-watch players in our squad. So good evening.
Hi, Ella! Good to have you here back in Manila again.
It's such an honor, and I love being here. I love representing now the U16 youth And it's just amazing how far we've gone along, and I'm so excited to talk about it.
Exactly.
All right. First off, initial thoughts. How do we feel that our team is in the semifinals?
Right, confident, don't want to be overconfident, but I think it's so important to address that my sister Ava Fajardo may get a gold medal, a silver medal, or a bronze, silver, or gold medal at
14 years old. Oh my gosh, half of our age. Oh my.
Yeah, it's actually insane. And all, the rest of them, obviously, I mean, Ava's my sister, so that's like the first person that's on top of my head. But I'm proud of them, and I've seen like the hard work that they've gone through to get to this point, and it's so deserving.
Exactly. We've seen a different kind of under 16 team, really the future of our women's basketball. But you actually have a set of players that we must look out for in this particular team. So let's start things off, Z.
Of course, bakit pa tayo paligoy-ligoy? Let's get to the chase. How about your sister, Ava Fajardo?
Siyempre, nasa listahan siya. Number one.
Right,
Number one on the list.
Number one. Well, first I want to say that I'm just so proud of her because honestly, I felt like I've set the standard, right? We rep the same flag, we have the same last name, but you know, lately she's just been making a name for herself. And I don't know if people have noticed it yet, but I've always noticed that our games are kind of very distinct. She's a lefty. I feel like she's less on the dribble, and she loves passing, she loves cutting. Her IQ's over the roof, and it's just been so emotional watching her play. Like, I played on the same court just a couple months back, and then I'm looking at Andy next to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the future. So I'm just very blessed to be able to support her all the way, and I'm so very blessed that we're also kind of like best friends. We have a really good relationship even outside of basketball, so I'm really glad that she's having a good time.
You know, Ella, this is actually the first international tournament of Ava Fajardo. So, you know, you have a very talented family. You have one more sister and Andy. But I'm interested to know what you actually told her to prepare mentally also as she went to Jordan for her first international tournament.
Right, so I just told her to play her game when she's open, be confident, shoot the ball. It's okay if you miss. I mean, Coach Pat, even for all our players, really. I mean, I know it's Coach Julie right now, but for all, you know, Coach Pat, Coach Julie, all the coaches, they're never gonna get mad at you for shooting an open shot or really any shot, because you know they love when you're aggressive. So yeah, take the open shot, attack the basket, make your passes. Sometimes I feel like I'm more confident in her than she is in herself with her game, but yeah. Basically just to play her game, and we're going to support her all the way.
And we've been seeing that as she has been averaging 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. But let's go on to the next player.
That's right, and the next on the list is Gabby Ramos.
Right, Gabby Ramos.
Wow.
Jaw dropping. Yeah, she's so good. I love her her pull-up game, her catch and just shoot the ball with confidence. Her defense, she got 15 rebounds, 20 rebounds. I mean, she's a threat offensively, defensively, and you know, if I'm a person scouting her, it's like, I don't want her to touch the ball, period, but she's gonna get the ball in the rebound. So very proud of her. She's a very humble person as well outside of basketball, and she has a very, very, very bright future.
Exactly. Sure. She's actually the team captain of this team, averaging a double-double in 17 points and 15 rebounds.
Right.
A lot of people are saying, Coach Pat even mentioned it, that she is the next Afril Bernardino, but her in herself, she has a completely different game as well. As she will definitely be the future of women's basketball here in the Philippines.
Agree. Yeah, as she continues to progress, I know that us as athletes are gonna, you know, keep pushing her to her limits, keep pushing her to her abilities, and you know, I just want her to keep shooting the ball, keep doing what she's doing, and the rest will come.
Exactly, like a stretch four. But on to the third next player.
Yes, the third player, we have Krista Newmol, averaging 21 points, 2.3 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and 1.7 steals.
Right, she's amazing. If I were to compare her to someone on the women's team, it would be Ate Janine, Camille, Ate Kate, just dead
pure
sharpshooters.
There's
really no other way to put it. And you know, I love her step backs. I love her catch and shoots, her 2 dribble pull-ups. She's just so confident, so poised on the court, and you know, just keep shooting for her. Like, if I were a defender, I would not let her catch the ball at all. But she's doing great.
Exactly, just super calm, cool, and collected on the court. And can I just say, she's actually the best shooter so far in this FIBA Asia Under 16. She actually made that record holder of 9 threes in their second game. So really, the future of women's basketball is so bright, and Kristen Yumol and Gabby Ramos are really bannering this squad.
That's right. It's very exciting. It's cool that you've been comparing it to the players that we already know, but what do you think will elevate her game?
I think it's just continuing to play against, let's say, maybe older teams, because that's really, like, I feel like that's a huge game changer. Maybe especially like our women's team, because you're gonna play the at the F, the at the Kate, the Camille Clarine, the at the Janine Pontejos, and it's like kind of like guarding yourself, like, okay, how am I gonna be just like her, but also, such a great defender. So I just feel like they just have to keep on doing what they're doing, because they're definitely going on the right path, and they're so young. So whenever it comes to the time where they're going to play against us, we're going to make sure we win. So that way it just keeps on pushing them to further.
But at this age, under 16, exposure is really key.
Definitely.
And it's great to see that, the development of women's basketball is really on the rise. But let's not forget the last player on the list, one of the 3 homegrown Filipinas, and, Camille Nolasco, and her name matunog na talaga dito sa Philippine basketball pa lang. What can you say about her debut international performance?
Right. It's been so amazing seeing her growth. She was actually with our team when we were in the bubble in preparation for the SEA Games, and even then she was performing well. She was bringing down the ball and passing with a lot of poise, a lot of confidence. And you just know that there's a bright future for her. I also like her game because she's very selfless. Like, she sees the open person, she knows her angles, she knows when to attack the basket, she knows when to shoot. And I know I always keep on saying confidence, 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 but that's just something that they all have and are all really gelling with. And I'm just really excited to see that for them.
It's really exciting times for women's basketball. What can you say about the development of the women's basketball program? I mean, now after so many years, we've revived our under 16 national program. What can you say about women's basketball?
It's really a dream come true for them. The first time I played on the national team, I was 16 years old, and I was playing on the U18 team. So I was like praying, please, may there be a U17 team, may there be a U18 team. But now we finally have the U16 team, which I think is such a big stepping stone for us. And the fact that they're performing, they're winning, they're about to medal is like, I don't know, you can never take that away from them. That's all them.
All right, thank you so much, Ella, for joining us
Ella.
tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Very exciting game for them tomorrow against the winner of Kazakhstan and Samoa. And sorry guys, but that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Zier Basho.
And I'm Bea Diaz Vabros. And this has been The Game.